Well, what happens when you take some mass media paper, add some tissue paper with some matte medium, and then cover it with gesso, let it dry, and then start adding some color. Hi, I'm Teresa, and this is my channel where I like to try and inspire others or just simply share ideas, because I just like to play and it's kind of fun to turn the camera on when I'm playing. I told you exactly what I've done so far, and the thing is that I brought the color in with my distressed crayons. This isn't my usual YouTube setup because I am on the road. I'm on my 2024 cross-country trip. We're currently in Brownsburg, Indiana, and we're headed to Maryland. So I've got a cousin in Ohio that I will be visiting, a friend from high school that I will be visiting in Erie, PA, and then a client that I'll be visiting in Maryland. From that point, we're going to turn around and we're going to head to our snowbird spot, which will be in Alaska. And on our way, we're going to stop in Chattanooga, Tennessee to say hey to Vanessa Clemens. So, we've got a lot of the boring part of the ride done. It's very nice right now because we're in this beautiful area. Oh, I should have uploaded a picture before I started this to show you. But hindsight, you know. And also before I get started, I wanted to show you my little inspiration that I had while I was sitting on the couch last night itching to get into my craft room. Like my husband says, I don't know how you have made it so far 5 days without getting into your craft room. Looks like I don't have the setup right. See if that helps. Okay, looks like I've got the video going now. And let's see if the audio is working. Like I said, this isn't my usual setting. I don't have a clue why the audio is not working. So let's try something else. I don't think the microphone's plugged in or charged up enough to use it. Maybe. Okay, looks like I've got the video going. Now. And let's see if the audio. Okay, now I've plugged in the microphone and we'll see if that helps. So I'm going to do 2 fingers so that when the video catches up to me, I'll know that that's the point where I have my microphone plugged in. And as always, I apologize for this lack of professionalism. I mean, I'm not a professional. I'm not trying to be a professional, but I would like it to go relatively smoothly so that it's not annoying. Like I said, this isn't my usual setting. Okay, I think we're going to move forward. I think it's working. Please let me know in chat if something isn't working. Okay. So anyways, this was my idea last night. I have a couple of circles that I cut out and reinforced with scrap paper. And then I cut a couple slits in it. And I just have this folded right now so that they won't come off because they do slide. And I'm not sure if I'm going to want to do something with that. It's an idea in development that I just was sitting there last night and remembered it was something I wanted to do or thought of to do it. I'm not sure. So let's get back to this. I have a wet wipe right here and my distressed crayons. And I'm going to use some brown now. Now I forgot where I was at when I was talking before and looked over and realized there was no video. So if I repeat myself, I apologize. We're on our cross-country trip We're currently in Brownsburg, Indiana. We are at a Harvest Host Boondocker site, which is really cool because it's a beautiful green grassy area and it has 50 amp electricity and water. Just no dump site, no place to dump. So in that respect, we're true boondockers. And but it is just beautiful. It is so quiet. My husband walked out the door this morning and was a little startled by a large owl. He was truly amazed at the wingspan on that owl. I don't know if I'm going to like that color. At least not right beside the browns. But it'll do. I think I'll do just a little bit more over here. This is fun, just to play. And it's very relaxing. It appeals to all the senses, I think. That was tea dye. Let's see. The brown was gathered twigs. And the green was forest moss. Now I want one more color, and I think it's going to be a red, not that. It's going to be aged mahogany. I'm also using the aged mahogany to kind of frame things out. My paper didn't stick down here. I'll have to tidy that up. I hope you all can hear me okay. I hope we're past the technical difficulties. I don't know about you, but I think this is really pretty. And looking in at what the camera shows, it's not bad, but I think it's a lot prettier in real life. And so this could be used for a lot of things. Like it could be used as a cover, or it could be used as a page in a signature. It would be kind of a thick page. But something else that I wanted to do, think. I wanted to experiment with how this would look if I sanded it a little bit. but I probably should wait till that is drier. So what else might I do? I'm thinking it might be fun to stamp onto this. So let me put my crayons away. I got to be careful that I don't knock over my little mount I have here. And what was I moving this for? So I could get, not my sander, because I decided to wait on that. I'm going to get my stays on because I think that would be best for this. And I want to, what do I want to stamp? Maybe some of my Tim Holtz architectural stamps. That's what I'm leaning towards anyways. But let me think about that. I think okay, I think I can color this a bit. This is the stamp set. And I'm going to go with this one that looks like a building. And I'm going to throw this under here to kind of protect my tabletop. Duh, I didn't take my top off of my stamp pad. Okay, and I'm not going to worry about it being straight or anything because I'm going to put it down like this and then try to burnish that ink onto there. That really is kind of cool. Let's see if I can get that in screen. It's right there. All right, let's put another one over on the other side. We'll put that right there. Burnish it on the ink onto the paper with the squeegee. And that's lovely as well. Okay. Now I am thinking that I just want to use this stamp for a little fill-in. That will go there. Maybe I'll try and do a little bit down here. Yeah, not really. The other thing that I might be experiencing technical difficulty is because where we're at, we may not have good internet, unfortunately. So I apologize for that. Okay. I think I've got everything on there that I'm gonna get on there. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I just remembered what I wanted to do. Okay, I'm just going to put these stamps away, and then I'll see if I can do the other thing that I wanted to do. I see there's 5 watching, so I'm surprised I'm not getting at least one chatter, because when I have this many watching, I usually end up having 1 chatter at least, if not 2. Sometimes I've even had 3. Well, that doesn't want to go on, so I'll fight that later on. And let's see. Okay. I wanted to put a stamp underneath there. Whew. So I'll use one of these texture stamps. These are called fragments. And I'll try one of these texture stamps. So I'm going to put the stamp underneath there. And I've seen this done before. I don't know if I'm smart enough to make it work or not, though. Yeah, they didn't really do it with the type of yeah, all I'm doing is messing my paper up. So these aren't too good. These aren't two things that are good to do together. So I mean, my brain was telling me that that was going to happen, but I couldn't get my hand to stop, kind of like, or part of my brain. And the other part was like, no, let's try, let's try. Okay, I think I did a decent fix on that one. So that technique is a no-go for this. So the other thing I had in mind was to find a pretty image of a flower or something like that. And I don't know that I have anything really handy. Oh goodness, I'm trying to bend over to get something. So I thought I might look in my junk fodder and see if I might have a big picture that I could trace. I need an art book, and I have an art book somewhere. Well, maybe I should try freehand drawing. I don't know how difficult it will be to cut a freehand drawing. I want a flower out of this tissue paper. How hard it will be to cut it out of this tissue paper with my silly trimmers. It definitely is difficult to draw. Okay, let's not go any further and see what we can do with that. See, I had the tracing paper out because I wanted to trace a picture and color it, you know, and cut it out. But I wasn't prepared enough to pull a picture to trace. And I apologize. This is going to be painful to watch me cut out this tissue paper flower. So I'm going to kind of cut and fussy cut and fussy tear, a combination of the two. I'm loving how I'm not accidentally tearing where I don't want to tear. That's been cool. Oops, that time I tore the wrong place. But for those of you who have arthritis or trimmer issues like I do, I just want to encourage you that it can be done. It's not always pleasant, but being able to soldier through and accomplish something despite any personal challenges you have is really rewarding. And if you poke yourself or get a cut finger here and there, that's what bandages are for, right? I gotta quit pulling on that one area. It's gonna come completely off. Dang. Let's see, that's not gonna work. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. It's harder, even harder, trying to stay on screen with this little mount that I'm using, camera mount. Oh. But my Arcan mount is put away along with my printer and some other things. Okay, let's put this. Now, what I was thinking is I would take this flower and I would mount it on here. And I'm just going to do a flower. I may come up with other ideas later on, but I'm not going to ask folks to sit through me fussy cutting more than this. So we're just going to take a little bit of, what should we use? How about a little bit of Yes paste? Because it's handy. And I think it will work. Am I in screen? Probably not. Whoops, wrong way. Okay. Whoop. Oh no. Now, a person who didn't have trimmers could probably do this repair. Oh. It just is getting worse. Daggone it. This makes me sad. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry. It's hard to see because it's so opaque. And for that I was using, well, I call it Yes Paste, but it's actually Nori. But when I went shopping for the paste, I was looking for Yes Paste, and that had good reviews, and it was less expensive. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to try some different things, like, for instance, maybe using this chalk marker here and outlining. So I will outline, and this is not sticking down yet. In fact, I don't think the Yes Paste at all. I know, I keep calling it Yes. So I will glue these down to make sure that they're stuck to where they're supposed to be stuck to. Go slow, Teresa. Almost. You know, the problem is that this is more like tea bag paper instead of tracing paper. Oh my, let's just let it dry before I mess it all up. But anyways, you see the direction that I'm going with this, and later on I will check in and I will show you what else I've accomplished. So thanks for sticking with me during this troublesome video, but this is one example of crafting on the road, what crafting on the road is like. I hope to see you next time. I'm going to be on the road for most, if not all, of October, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you.